Well, hi folks, August the 11th on Vancouver Island. How's everyone today? Trust everyone's fine. I see that Mark Carney is, so the story is that Mark Carney is advising Prime Minister Trudeau how to sort of work out the financial mess we have ourselves in. With all the handouts and bailouts and all of that sort of thing. Now it's interesting, at one time Mark Carney was the governor of Bank of Canada. And there was some question whether or not he would run for the leadership of the Liberal Party. That never did happen, but he went to England, became governor of the Bank of England. And I think worked a little bit in with the IMF, International Monetary Fund, and is obviously one of those globalist fellows. And so I'm not sure how excited I am with, or that we should be, with him advising Trudeau on what to do with the mess. Although he's into climate change, much like Trudeau, and is groomed in that whole aspect. It's interesting, I was reading an article where there's only 3 countries where the Rothschilds or international banking system aren't involved with the national bank, with the government bank, so to speak. And those 3 countries are Iran, North Korea, and Cuba. So they tell me, and I haven't finished all the research on that. But in every other Federal Reserve or federal banking system, those people have their fingers in. Interesting. How does that matter? Or why does that matter? Well, just look at what's happening in the Western world right now. Just look what's happening. Now, I mentioned yesterday I was going to get more into the scandals facing the Trudeau Liberal government. And I've been watching some questioning today. And it's been really, really frustrating because I'm wondering how much time members of Parliament spend in classrooms learning how to evade questions. Learning how to just give that political preamble that means nothing, says nothing, even though they swear on oath, they're under oath. How much of our taxpayers' money is paid for them to learn how to bullshit? I mean, or are they all natural? It's sort of interesting. Just watching these people try to answer a question is amazing. If you haven't done so, you got to try it. You'll be as surprised as I am, probably. In the early days when I was younger, at least they would evade questions with some humor and some great oratory. I mean, today they just sort of mumble on. Sort of strange. I guess that's what happens when you destroy the vocabulary and try to be politically correct. Another thing I'm noticing is Australia, in Melbourne in particular. Now we watched a bit of video out of Wuhan when they were sort of locking everything down, and seeing people manhandled because they're not obeying a curfew or they're not locked in their rooms. But looking at this Australia thing, it's pretty much looking at a Chinese thing, a Wuhan deal. This lady standing outside of an apartment block and is wrestled to the ground in a chokehold by a couple cops. Strange. Very strange. What the hell's going on? So apparently they have a curfew from 5 in the evening to 8 in the morning, and only one person allowed out. It's really, 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 really draconian. My understanding is that the police can sort of just don't need a warrant. They can just go into your home to make sure everybody's there. What gives that? What gives? How are people standing for that? I mean, all they have to do is the whole city just go for a walk at the same time. You can't arrest everybody. Don't be violent. Don't do what the Americans do in Seattle and Chicago and that. Just go for a pleasant walk. I mean, it's sort of crazy. Think about it. It is sort of crazy. So, I mean, that is total control of people. Total control of people. And why? There's something coming down, folks. And that's why I'm not excited about Mark Carney. Although he's highly educated, economist, a pretty brilliant guy when it comes to financing. Financing the International Monetary Fund way. Financing the UN way. He understands all that. That's what's scary. But anyway, you'll have to make up your own decisions in that, I suppose. What I'm going to do is I'll put some links in the description, as I always do. They're always interesting. I'm noticing some hate crime, the hate laws out of Scotland are sort of off the wall as well. It's almost, you can't, if somebody thinks you were thinking racism, and it could be a hate crime. Who would have thought that 1984 thought police would be here? But anyway, that's beside the point. Check out the links, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.